Okay, we're back inside of Run a Restaurant, and we're gonna be going ahead and making the ultimate meta-based restaurant. This is using the best possible setup you can use in the game to make the most money. So let's go ahead, build this setup, test it out, and see if it works. We have a lot of stuff to do to prepare for this, such as removing this entire garden, emptying our fridges, and getting rid of everything other than cows, and getting a lot more of these honey farms. Now, this is going to be a pretty tough build to do, but we should be able to do it. So to prepare for this, I went AFK the entire night, getting 61 pumpkin crops, plus all of the ones we have inside of here already. So I think we should be good to get this set up and ready to go. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of clear out this entire garden section, and you guys can follow along with this method if you guys want to copy it. Apparently this is the best possible one in the game. Now, I already attempted this once before, but I had an issue where I couldn't figure it out. So I talked to some people and figured out what I did wrong. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, and just like that, our whole garden is gone. Now, you're going to want around 80 pumpkins or more for this to actually work. So I also found out we can also just do our garden the exact same way, which is literally just like this. So if we go ahead and do that, there we go. We've got all of these pumpkins right here ready to go. So how is that 81 pumpkins, by the way? I thought it was going to go all the way to the end. Okay, apparently that's 81 pumpkins. I'm going to keep buying more throughout the video just to keep making sure we have enough. Now, we're going to follow the next part. Actually, first, let's head into the shop and see if we can actually get any more pumpkins. And it looks like, no, they're sold out, but we do have 20 seconds. So let's just wait. Okay, I'm perfect. I had everything we needed. We needed some pumpkins, and we also needed some more beehives. So let's grab those, and along the way, let's see some fridges. No, actually, do we need fridges? I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. Because I think for this method, we might need as many fridges as possible. So let's just head around back real quick, and we're going to put another fridge over here, okay? We're just going to keep that there for now. We're going to actually go ahead and empty all of our fridges too, because we're going to want nothing other than what we're about to do. So let's add our extra pumpkin plant real quick to there. And then next thing we're going to do is get rid of every single animal we have, okay? Because we're only going to want cows. So you're going to want to go over to your farm, kind of just remove literally every single animal that we have. And I think we're even supposed to remove the feeders, they told me. So let's get rid of those as well. Actually, no, we need the feeders, but we don't need these. We don't need the little house thingies, whatever those are called. So here we go. Let's put down all of our cows now, just only cows. And then we're going to put down only cow feeders. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to place those down for now. Let's head back to the shop real quick and just see if we can scoop up some more cows. So we can get 2 more. And we're also going to get another feeder just to make sure we have enough feeders. So let's head back inside of here real quick. Head over to the backyard. Okay, and we got 2 more cows, which we could place those inside, and another cow feeder. So let's put that right there for now. And then we can actually fit more cows, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wait till we can get all of the cows we need. But in the meantime, we're also going to need to get as many of the... where is it in my inventory? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the beehives. There they are. Okay, we're also going to need our beehives. So grab these, and we're just going to kind of place them... I guess back here will be good. I'm going to just put them right around here. Just fill them all up as much as we can. There we go. We got those for now. And pretty much you're only going to want your fridge to be filled with milk, honey, and pumpkins. Now, let me make sure there's not any steps I'm missing. Okay, so another tip I did, which no one kind of told me, but I think is probably just good anyways, is I have the windmill from the black market, as well as a bunch of the sprinklers from the black market, And what I did was kind of space these out perfectly to where it hits almost every single pumpkin, and then pretty much makes it so all the pumpkins grow faster, just so we produce them a lot quicker. So yeah, that's something I did. Now our fridges are filling up with the pumpkins. They should be filling up with the honey as well as we go through. I do want to check the shop real quick before we get into the last part we need to do for this setup and see if we can get another one. Okay, perfect. So that's another pumpkin added to the list. Let's go ahead and place this. And then we just have one more thing that I need to do before we can be ready, which is to head inside of manage, go to recipes, and literally disable every single recipe in the game. Yeah, you heard me first, okay? We have to go ahead, disable literally every single recipe that is in the game other than one single recipe. So let me go ahead and do this real quick because this is probably going to take a bit. Okay, so for the next part, what you're going to want to do is, yeah, like I said, go through every single recipe. Actually, did I miss one? I thought I just did. No. So pretty much you're going to go through, disable literally every single recipe there is, and have only the pumpkin pie, which is why we need the milk, the honey, and we also need the, what's it called? The pumpkins. So that's why we need all of that. Now for this, we're also going to need some corn, okay? I forgot to mention we need the corn to actually be able to do the cows. So let me go ahead and grab the, where's it at? The corn. Okay, there it is. Corn right there. We're going to grab this. And honestly, I think I'm just going to put this inside of the cow area rather than near the pumpkins. So let's just plant this all down inside of here. This way it's easier for them to just go ahead and put it in together. So let's grab all of this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. So now we got the corn. The corn is going to go inside of all of these feeders for the cows. And then pretty much we should be good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to get some more corn. This way we can fill up that entire area. So let's see. Can we get some? Yes, we can get 2 more. Okay, perfect. So let's head back here, put this corn out, and we're going to see if this method ends up working. So there was a few things they told me to do just to get it initially set up. So we might have to test out some things first. So let's get everything growing. What I'm going to do is actually go into, I think it's settings. And then restaurant, we're going to close our restaurant. This way we can actually reset all customers, and then they don't want any old recipes. Okay, so to keep you okay, apparently I just can't talk. So to keep you guys updated is what I was trying to say on what you guys need to do for this setup before I finally go ahead, open up my restaurant and all that. You're going to want at least about 70 to 80 pumpkins is what I've heard, okay? The more you have, obviously, the better it's going to be. So then pretty much you're also going to want to max out as much honey farms as you can, the little beehive things, because that's going to be another thing you need. Pumpkins, obviously, you're going to need the most of, so make sure you have a ton of those. Honey, you're going to want to make sure you have a bunch of as well. I pretty much just maxed out as many as I can fit. And then you're also going to want as much milk as you can do, because if you actually head into here and go to the recipe, you can see you need 8 pumpkins per. Okay, so that's why you need a lot of pumpkins. And then you need 3 milk and 3 honey. So you're going to want that to pretty much balance out, in which I pretty much did. So we have those balanced out, and then you want as much pumpkins as you can. Now, obviously, the more fridges you have placed down, the more inventory space you'll have. So try to get as many fridges as you can. And then this is what I'm looking like for the corn. I put a bunch down. This way, we're always having a bunch of milk being produced. And I also maxed out how many cows I can have. This is literally as many cows as I can have inside of my little farm area. So then pretty much for the inside, that's going to be the basic setup for outside, okay? Now for inside, obviously you're just going to want to fill your restaurant with, you know, tables and chairs. Now I heard you're going to want not so many tables and chairs. So I'm thinking my restaurant might have too many tables and chairs, and I might go through the ingredients too fast. So if that happens, obviously you just want to remove some tables and chairs. I'm going to test it out and just see how it goes. Then obviously have all your dishwashers, whatever you want the inside to look like, it doesn't matter. Now, make sure you have the fridges outside right next to your crops and stuff. And then you're going to want to have one inside so that your workers can kind of just grab from this real quick, okay? That's the most important part. You're going to want to make sure you have at least one fridge next to all your supplies and cooking materials and stuff. And then you're going to want all your storage ones to be outside right where your crop workers can actually go ahead and work. And then pretty much just do whatever you want for the inside. It really doesn't matter. But we're about to open up a business and see if this works. So here we go. We're going to go restaurant open. Okay, here's our first customers. And they should just be ordering a pumpkin pie, right? That should be how it goes. Okay. Take order. We're about to see our workers come over here, take some orders. Yeah, and there we go. Pumpkin pie. Okay, it's working. They are literally all just ordering pumpkin pie. And how this recipe is good, we're also going to go ahead and claim our day boost because for 10 minutes, we actually get a 50% cash boost. So that's going to help us too. Now, everyone is only ordering pumpkin pies, which is amazing, and that was the issue I ran into last time. I couldn't get them to, so now we got that working. And why this method is good is because you're not just selling things that sell for no money, like this thing right here sells for absolutely nothing, and all of these, but the pumpkin pie is the most, like, expensive one. It's $560 per dish to actually sell this thing. So this is how you make a ton of money. And with this setup, obviously you're forced to only go ahead and sell the pumpkin pie, which means you'll be making a ton of money, okay? So this is what it's looking like right now. We got everyone coming in, ordering their pumpkin pies. And obviously if you have special tables like this, where it's the royal ones and you get 50% money for each thing you have down, you make a lot more from these people. So from that, I have these two tables. We're going to be making a lot more money from these two tables as well. So yeah, this setup is really good. Look at that. We already made $6,300, $8,000, literally within just a few customers. It is so OP, this method. So we're going to see just how much money we can actually make. We've got everybody ordering their pumpkin pies. Oh yeah, this is the method right here. We are making so much from this. Okay. So yeah, let me get a nice little thumbnail real quick of that. But yeah, so that is the method right there. I'm going to go ahead and let this run a little bit and we're going to see just how much money we have collected in like a few minutes and we'll see how OP this is. Okay, so after just about a few minutes of doing this, we already made $500,000, in which I went AFK for the entire night last night and only woke up to a few $100,000 here. And we made pretty much all of that in just a few minutes. So you can see how OP this method actually is. Yeah, it is really OP. So if we go ahead and claim that money, we are now up to $1.2 million, guys. Okay, we are making a lot of money from this method. Look at that. We already got $1,000 back in literally just like a second. Now, the only downside of this is you can't really AFK overnight, but you do make money really fast. So pretty much you won't really need to be AFKing overnight, to be honest. I mean, you still could, but it might get messed up over a little bit because you do need to make sure you always have this stuff in stock. And if you don't, the customers are going to end up ordering the rice bowl, this one up here, in which you can't actually do it. So overnight, your customers are just going to pile up and not being able to be served at all. So, I mean, you do have to constantly kind of be playing, but with how much money you make, I'm sure there's a way to actually make it so that these produce so fast that it won't matter. But I just will need to figure that out. But anyways, yeah, you make money so fast like this. We already made about $30,000 in literally just what, under a minute. It's so OP. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you guys use this method or if you have another method you use, and maybe I'll try that one out for the next video. But I will be live on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time for the Taco Tuesday event. So make sure you guys all join up into the stream and let me know what you guys think of this setup, and let me know if you're going to end up using it. But yeah, look at that. We already have about 40,000 more dollars. So next video tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead, try to go and get the manager, because we still do need to get the manager, guys. Okay, we need to get this thing right here, the manager, 2.5 million, and with this method I should be able to get it super easily. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.